Hello everyone. So I decided to do an extra video for this History B unit of our website, studyfortheb.com, um, because I noticed quite recently, unfortunately, that yesterday, January 16th, was MLK Day. So um, I want to honor this great man and his achievements. And maybe we'll get a little insight into um, what a great man he was. So let's begin. Um, in 1929, MLK Jr. is born in Atlanta. He graduates in 1944. In 1953, he marries Coretta Scott, and they eventually have 4 children. Um, she is a um, music student from New England. In 1955, he gets a PhD in theology from Boston University, and that's why we call him Dr. King. Um, in sorry, as we know, in 1920, sorry, as we know, in 1929 he is born. So about 40 years or 30 years into his life, he gets the idea to do this famous walk, and so let's see. So let's talk about some major things that MLK did. So, first of all, he studied from a prominent Indian leader, Mahatma Gandhi, who had gotten Indian independence from Britain. Um, and these are shown in many of the things he used to do. His protests were peaceful, just like Mohandas Gandhi's. So, um, he in in 1957, King actually appears on the cover of a Time magazine, and so this is where he becomes the great man he's known for. In 1958, King meets with Dwight D. Eisenhower, the president, and they meet with him and they talk about how their situation in this country can be evolved. Let's see. In 1961, King meets with President John F. Kennedy, who is the new president after Dwight D. Eisenhower, and basically asks him, can you deliver a second Emancipation Proclamation? The Emancipation Proclamation was a document put out by Abraham Lincoln in 1863 in the Civil War that officially declared all slaves free. So when King asks John F. Kennedy to do this, he is asking him to just proclaim the end of segregation. So this is a pretty big move. In 1962, He's arrested at a Georgia prayer and jailed, but he only stays there 2 weeks. Um, so the famous year in 1963. Actually, let me read the exact date. In 28th of August in 1963, MLK proposes a march on Washington. And this is a peaceful march all the way to Washington. And it's a huge march, tracks thousands of people, 200,000 demonstrators. They go to Lincoln Memorial. They walk up and down the monolith to Abraham Lincoln, to George Washington, very sorry. So it's a huge walk, and it is probably what he's remembered for the most. In 1964, this is proven. He is named the Man of the Year in Time magazine. And in 4th of April of 1968, Martin Luther King is in Memphis, Tennessee, standing on the balcony of a hotel when he is fatally shot and wounded, by a killer in Memphis. On the 9th of April, 5 days later, he is buried in Atlanta, Georgia, where he grew. So, what we learn from this timeline of events is how dedicated Martin Luther King was to his cause, and it was a nice thing that he did. We all respect what Martin Luther King has done, and yes, he was born on January 15th. So I hope you enjoyed it. That was the MLK Day special. Thank you.